Hello, welcome to Kane from Mastertronic 1986, running order. ZX Spectrum, Amstrad CPC, Commodore 64, good old BBC Micro. I've just finished recording the BBC Micro section and recording the introduction and outroduction afterwards. Now, Kane, I've never sort of played it before today. I did own it very recently, the last few months ago, when I went through a phase of hoovering up ZX Spectrum games. I bought dozens of them with full intentions of playing it and all the others that I got, but I kind of left it and never got round to it. There is a sequel, Kane 2, which I believe is Commodore 64 only, but please correct me if I'm wrong on that. Now, it's a sort of Wild West 'em up, set split into 4 episodes. The first act, which you'll see, you've got to shoot down a set number of birds to gain all your lives, which you then take into the horse riding section, then the shootout sort of shooting gallery action sort of episode 3, and then finally another sort of horse riding section where you have to stop a train. And then I don't know what happens after those 4 episodes, whether or not it just loops around again and it gets progressively more difficult. Anyway, first time I've played it today. I wanted to do it because it's another version, another reason to get the BBC Micro out, because I love that machine. Really is a viable games machine, and I'm so happy to own it alongside all the other ones that I have. It gives me more scope to do things. But anyway, as ever, the purpose of the video is just to compare the differences and similarities between all 4 versions. If you owned the game back in the day, whatever version it was, please add your comments as to what you sort of thought of it. And yeah, let's get on with it. Spectrum, Amstrad, Commodore, BBC. Okay, welcome back. Here we are with Kane for the ZX Spectrum from Mastertronic. It's the first version of it I've ever played. About 20 minutes ago, like I said, I did actually get the cassette almost a year ago, but never got round to playing it, and it's been recommended a few times as a cheap and cheerful 2-quidder. So what we're going to see is Spectrum, Amstrad, BBC Micro, Commodore 64 in that order. Right, it's split into 4 separate mini games. First one is you've got you have a finite number of arrows which to shoot down a number of birds that are travelling from left to right across the screen. Every third one you shoot down gives you a peace token, which is an extra life, which you will need as many as you can get in order to progress onto the next level, which is a left to right horse riding, runny, jumpy over things simulation type thing. Third level is a shootout in a sort of Wild West town. And the 4th level is another jumpy over things, this time from right to left as you chase down a train and try and stop it. Now, I haven't actually got to that level yet. But anyway, yeah, about 15-20 minutes ago, it's the first time I've ever played Kane. So let's get into it. Controls are Q, A, up and down, Z for jump or fire, N, M, left and right. They're non-redefinable and it ain't the best layout. But anyway, let's get into it. Some nice animation on your character Kane there. Some fairly sort of garish graphics, but you know, it's quite nice. If a little sort of slow, there we go, shot him up the arse, that one. So you've got to sort of like aim ahead of the birds basically, in order to sort of like lead them onto your arrow. Now, like I said, every third one gives you a life, which, oh, I wasn't even aiming for that one. Yeah, which gives you, oh god, that one went right through him. An extra life, and allows you to sort of unlock the next level, basically. Oh, that was more by luck than judgment. I got that one. Right, so you can see I've got extra life up there now, or a life. I'm going to try and get sort of 2 because I keep on knackering up the the 2nd level. Oh dear, I've got 4 arrows left. It's these birds' lucky day today. They're all sort of making it safely home. Oh shit. So I've got 2 lives now. Oh, I'm not going to get a 3rd. Got 1 arrow left. Let's at least go out in a blaze of feathers. No, it's not happening. Right, here we go. Here's the horsey bit. Oh, very good animation on the horse. And you've got to jump over giant cabbages and steaming, I think they're supposed to be rocks actually. So what are your thoughts and memories of Kane? I mean, like I said before, oh, concentrate Baz, a lot of these sort of £2, bollocks, pocket money specials actually are really sort of good value. So I've got to get myself a bit of a run up on that one. Ow! Right, come on, I've at least got to get to the 3rd level. Let's have another go. But yeah, I mean, I've played it for quite a few minutes now, and cheap and cheerful, yep. Ain't the greatest game in the world. Certainly not the worst. And I can imagine sort of back in the day spending quite a bit of time on this, because it is a nice little game. Now there was a sequel, Kane 2, but I'm not sure it ever came out on the Spectrum. I think it might have been just Commodore 64 only. Now there was also a version according to my research for the Commodore Plus 4. Now I do have a Commodore Plus 4, but I'm not going to risk setting it up yet, because I need to get the chips on it heat sinked. Otherwise I believe that machine is very susceptible to its chips overheating and knackering up. Not doing too well here, are you, Baz? Let's see if I can at least get... Oh. No! Oh right, I've got just the one life. Right, you've got to make this a spectacular one, Baz. So the key is to not jump too early, so that you don't clear the obstacles. Now I said that as if I knew what I was talking about, but I got fairly good at it until it came to start filming, and then I started arsing it right up. Probably because talking and playing aren't my greatest strengths. Oh, is he going to make it? Ooh. Right, I'm into the shootout level. Okay, so here I've got to the sort of shooting gallery thing, shoot these bods as they appear, and they appear in windows, on roofs, from behind sort of barrels, as you can see. Oh, right, now I've run out of bullets there, so I've got to run across to the right of the screen, and that's kind of how you reload. So this bit's quite good fun, actually. Again, sort of basic graphically, but he's up there, isn't he? A little bit tricky to sort of see where the bad guys are when they're in the buildings, because of the sort of colour clash issues. Right, this is the bit I've and I can't get past that. I don't know how to get past that bit. I have one more go. After I've had a swig of coffee, of course. Oh dear. Right, here we go. Let's try and get some more lives. Come on, birdies. Oi! Right, so got one already. I wasn't even aiming for him. Whoopsie. Started so promisingly as well. Right, so I've got... See if I can try and get a fourth life. Yeah. Three more left. Oh! Oh dear. Not good. One more. Last arrow. Yay! Oh no, I've got one more arrow. Righty ho, here we go. Right, so I've got 4 lives now. And again on the horse riding. I really like the animation on this horse. It's quite good. Come on. Whoa! Right, so I arrive at the 3rd level with all my lives intact. Right, you're going to come out of there, are you? Oh. Right, where is everybody? Right. Oh, get some more bullets. Right, there's one in the window. Oh, he's back there again. Get some more bullets. Yeah, I'm really quite impressed with this game. I mean, there's not a lot to it. Ugh. Now what have I got to do? Have I got to sort of try and jump? Right, let's go. Have I got to try and sort of jump and land in that little gap and then jump again? Yes, that's what I've got to do. Right, okay. Ah, now we're cooking. Oh. Right, okay, I've got to jump over the trees as well. Right, completely forgot about that, even though I've only just done it 30 seconds ago. Ooh. Ah! Right, head first into a pile of purple horse shit. Right, let's go back a bit, get me a good run up. Oh, that's not fair now, come on, I cleared that. Yeah, Spectrum version is really good fun. Let's move on to the Amstrad. Okay, right, let's, we've just seen the Spectrum, let's see how the Amstrad version fares. So just type in cat and then run Kane. And we'll get on with this and we'll see how we go. Now, I don't know what that means, but I think option 2 is infinite ammo. So we won't cheat, we'll go for option number 1. Right, and we wait for it to come up. Now, you do see a little loading screen will come up in just a second, really quite nice. Take about 10 seconds to load. Of course, I'm using the USB to DDI3 thingamy for the Amstrad, which is an absolute godsend. It's from Zaxxon. And you see he's been attacked by a red Indian holding a banana. Let's just wait for it to load. And Amstrad owners, please, as ever, as I say to everyone, please, just going to go and close the door. Hang on. Let's see how we get on with this. Amstrad owners, please shout up with your memories of this game if it's one that you owned. Nice rendition of the Lone Ranger thingamy jig doodah, William Tell Overture, whatever it's called. Right, the controls are exactly the same as we saw in the Spectrum, so let's have a look at how the Amstrad goes. So it's really nice and colourful, nice animation on young Mr. Kane there, and the birds. Oh, Already I'm not doing fantastically well. Perhaps they crawl across the screen a little bit slower than they did in the Spectrum version. There's one, and it's exactly the same. Shoot 3 birds and get a sort of extra life thingamy that I can take into the next levels. Oh dear. Right, so there we go. I've got one. Oh! You live to flap another day, Mr. Bird. Now, of course, you can only aim so far to the right. Once they get beyond a certain point of the screen, they're sort of effectively safe. Oh, how did I get that between them? Redeemed myself with that shot there. Right. Let's try and get another life, at least. Yep, done it. This is really a sort of, although it's limited, there only seems to be the sort of 4, oh dear, seems to be the 4 levels. It's a game that I can sort of imagine people sort of firing up quite often to have a quick go on, because there's a lot to it. Right, we're in the horse ridey bit, and we get the music playing through this, which we didn't have in the Spectrum version. Now, one thing I'll draw your attention to is how sort of small that playing window is. It is really sort of quite small, and I presume that's so that it can get some sort of semblance of speed to it. But again, as in the Spectrum version, the animation on the horse is really nice, and that music is not too great, because this is a short level anyway. That's it. And we go on to the shooting range sort of bit, which is exactly the same, but again, very nice and colourful on the Amstrad. Exactly the same premise. So I've got to shoot a set number of chaps. Ask yourself a question, cowboy. Do you feel lucky? I think it's about 10 I've got to shoot. Right, so I've got to go over and get some more ammo. Got him. You thought you could hide on the roof, didn't you? Well, you couldn't. But yeah, can't really sort of be knocked. Now, I don't know how successful a release Kane was for Mastertronic. How many units it sold, etc. I do have some information on Mastertronic sales that my friend Graham Mason gave me ages back, and I should really have dug that out before sort of starting this. So I've got to get one more bad guy, and then I'm on to the final sort of horse ridey bit, which will be coming up now, which is the bit I always spaz up. Right, so like that. Now I managed to work that jump out on the Spectrum. Not so on the Amstrad so far. Oh yes, yes, yes. Oh, Baz of Little Faith. So the aim here, I think, is I've got to get to the front of this train. Oh, oh, yep. Yep. And it's a lot more difficult than the other horse riding bit. In that, let's just go that way a bit. Oh, not too far. Souls. Right. Shall we try one more go at that? For the Amstrad, yeah, come on, let's have another go. There's no point setting everything up just to play it for 5 minutes and then just to put it back again, is there? Whoops. Oh, my aim is not true. So the William Tell Overture plays. Anyone volunteering to stand in front of me with an apple on their head so I can practice? Ah, right, we got one. And we got another. And we got another. going to bother trying that. Yeah, very, very nice and colourful. Good animation. Would have been a good, come on, a good £2 well spent, I think, for Amstrad owners. And for Spectrum owners. We will be seeing the Commodore 64 version next, and then we'll follow it up and have a look at how good, or how well, the BBC Micro version fares against its cousins. Oh, I wasn't even aiming for him, I was aiming for the one underneath him. Oh! Right, so I've got 3 lives now. Ah! Right, okay, well 3 lives is enough to be going on with for the horse ridey bit. Yeah, one of the sort of shortest levels in a game. I think I've... Oh! That's not good. Now, have I got enough room to do a run up here? Might have... Oh, yeah, just about. But yeah, one of the shortest levels in a game I think I've seen for a long time. There you go. It's it takes not very long at all to do that bit. So shooty shooty. This is really good fun. I've had the Spectrum tape, like I said, for some months. Sort of bought it in a phase when I was like hoovering up Spectrum games with full intentions of playing them. But then I bought so much that I sort of forgot what I'd bought, and completely forgot about this game until I saw it again when I was having a sort of little attempt at tidying things up. But it's quite addictive as well. Oh! So I've got 2 left to shoot. Where are they going to come from? You can have one, sunshine. Where's the next one? Where are you? You again? What? You will die. Right, so we're horse riding 2. Ah! Deed. Right, let's go back a bit. Get ourselves a bit of a run up. Nice animation on the horse when he turns there. Oh dear. Completely misjudged. Right, that was the Amstrad version. Let's put this bugger away and get the Commodore 64 set up, and we'll have a look at that. Hello, here we go. Right, Commodore 64 version of Kane. Seen Amstrad, seen Spectrum, seen all 4 episodes of the game in those 2 versions. Now, for this version, I might have to utilise that practice facility that you see there from F1, because the first horse riding section is really, really difficult. It might be because I'm having to play with, excuse me, with keys. Sorry, with a joystick instead of keys. And we all know how crap I am at that. Now, some really good animation in the Commodore 64 version. I don't know if you can hear it. There's really quite a subdued sort of like drum beat going on in the background there. And it's really quite something. It's quite atmospheric. It really is good. Oh, now you can, on the Commodore 64 version, which you couldn't do on the Spectrum or Amstrad version, or at least I don't think you could, literally kill 2 birds with 1 arrow. If you shoot a bird that's higher than another one, you can actually make it fall onto the one underneath it, and get sort of literally two kills with one arrow, which is really quite good when it happens. Oh, come on, only the one life. Gonna need more than that. Right, let's see if I can, right, there's 2 lives. Ah, come on, 1 arrow left. Now again, if you manage to hit a bird with your final arrow, you get another arrow. So let's try and get myself 1 more life. Come on. No pressure, Baz, no pressure. Ah, I've got 2 lives to try the horse riding bit. Right, okay. This is bastard hard. You've got a... Oh, for God's sake! Right. Come on. Really great music. Ah! Right, I'll try once more to get onto that, and then I'll show you the practice modes. That horse riding bit really is difficult. It really is like sort of pinpoint accuracy. Oh my God, you need. How could I miss that one? He was right in front of my face. Oh dear. Right. Not doing too well on the Commodore version. Oh my God. Shit. I'll tell you what, I'm going to loose all my arrows off so that I can start again. Right, there we go. Come on, let's get into it. But yeah, although that horse riding bit is really, really tricky on the Commodore, I have enjoyed the game. Right, that's 1. 2. I wasn't even aiming for him. What a good shot though. Right, come on. Who's next? There we go. See, I've got 2 birds with 1 arrow there. That's really quite cool. Ooh. Ooh. So I've still got a few arrows left, so don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Manaman. Oh. Oh. Don't panic. 3 left. Oh dear. Come on. Right. Ah! Oh dear. Here we go. Right, come on. Ooh. Ah! You literally have got to, you don't get any sort of time on the ground. Really? Ah, dear. I'm really going to have to, right, okay, that's game over. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. To show you the final 2 levels, I'm going to go into the practice mode. We'll show you the shootout, F5. Now, this level, I've only ever reached once naturally, if you like. But again, as we've seen on the others, it's the same kind of thing. I got shot before I even started there. Oh, for God's sake. Right, F5. But yeah, this is, although this Commodore 64 version is really, really tricky, it is also sort of playable. I'm not doing a very good job here, am I? Oh, better go and reload. Oh, I shot him with my last bullet. So I've got about 10 bad guys left to kill. Oh. So yeah, it's a good sort of, and the fact that you can sort of select whatever levels you sort of want and either just sort of continually play the practice mode if you want, or not, as the case may be. It is a really fun game. So perhaps they sort of sussed that people would have trouble with the horse riding bit and added the, oh, there I am, I'm dead, and added the shootout sort of scene into it. Now, like I say, I'm no good with joysticks, and that may well be the reason why on the Commodore 64 version I am so hideously bad at it. I'm going to show you the sort of right to left horse riding bit. I'm going to be even worse at this. Right, okay, let's get going. Ah, whoops, yeah, told you, didn't I? Let's try that once more. Oh, woeful. Woeful. Thank God for the practice levels though. I mean, at least that means I can sort of show you the levels. Ah! Now I managed to get fairly sort of far on the Amstrad and Spectrum versions into that level, but you know, this one is going to require so much more practice on the thing. But again, great animation on the sort of, whoa, on the, oh, I don't know whether or not that's frustrating or funny. Probably a bit of both. I can feel my sort of blood boiling a bit, but that doesn't take away from the fact, you know, that it is a good game. Right, okay, let's have a look at the BBC Micro version. Right, here we go. What machine's this? Oh yeah, BBC Micro. Kane, let's have a look. I have played this for about 5 minutes. I've really enjoyed the Spectrum, Commodore, Amstrad versions. I've been critical of BBC Micro games before because of the volume of the internal speakers. Some of the sounds are brilliant, but fucking loud. Fortunately, Kane is one of the few games I've seen that gives you an option to turn that down. And it's a godsend because that tune really, really gets on your tits. Controls, ZX left and right, asterisk and backslash, up and down, return for fire. Let's have a look. Same kind of premise as before. Now, yeah, I enjoyed the other ones. On BBC Micro, Kane looks like, a bit like a jaundiced Charlie Chaplin. Not a good look for a cowboy, and it's not anywhere near as sort of pretty or as nice as the other versions. Now, you know, you've got to sort of take into account, of course, the BBC's limitations, but it is a very, very good games machine, and there's no reason why it can't do games like this. You know, it's got versions of Last Ninja, games like The Sentinel, etc. But the graphics on this, you know, I like the style of graphics on the BBC Micro, but these are okay. They're not fantastic. There's one more. It's much slower, although the birds in places are much quicker. How's that one even staying in the air? He's going so slow. Right. I'm just going to loose off those arrows just so I can get onto the next round. I've got a couple of lives now. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot him. Oh, I've got another arrow now. And 3 lives. Right, okay, we go on to... Now, this misses out the horse riding section and takes you straight to the sort of Wild West shooting gallery part. And you will see it's nowhere near as nice as the Spectrum, Amstrad or Commodore 64 versions. It's quite horrible, really. This is not the worst game I've played on the BBC Micro, but it isn't fun compared to you know, what we've already seen. You can see I've got down on the bottom left I've got the number of badies I've killed, and the number of badies I've got left to kill. Not wanting to be grammar police or anything, you know, that's just being pedantic, but it's another sort of area that the BBC version is lacking in. Now I don't know what's going on at the top of the screen there, that sort of flashing sort of thing that's going on. I've got to fill up, reload even. Yeah, come on. Now where's all my bullets gone? Hello? Yeah, it's not letting me reload. Right, now it is. Not before time. Right, so I've got 5 more left. And this is, you know, this is really tedious. Not fun at all. Ah, come on. Right. One more left and then the torture is over. And then, because you don't have any horse riding sections, by the look of things, it just loops around back to the bow and arrow section, which is, you know, it's a short game anyway on the other versions, but sort of to have those bits missing as well really sort of hurts the BBC Micro version. Now I can understand, you know, memory limitations and stuff like that. Of course, you know, only sort of dealing with 32K instead of like 48, 64. But even so, it, you know, the other versions that were fun because of the sum of their parts. It would be okay-ish if, you know, these particular sections on the BBC Micro game were playable in themselves, but sadly, they're not. They're quite sort of tedious, and don't really sort of make me want to sort of play them for much longer. And right, okay. And then we're straight back to the shootout. They could at least have sort of like altered the buildings around a little bit, you know, or something, just to give it sort of a bit of variety. I suppose there's more sort of baddies on screen at once here, or badies. But even so, you know, that fucking music as well. R.I.P. Kane, right, yes it is R.I.P. Kane, I'm going to leave it there, I'm not going to play this version anymore, it's a shame, I really love the BBC Micro, but its version of Kane is not good. Yeah, right, okay, let's go to the outro. So, there we have it, 4 different versions of Kane, 3 enjoyable, 1 BBC Micro, not much cop at all I'm afraid. Although very short and sweet, and you know, sort of only sort of 4 episodes, and I presume they keep sort of like looping around once you complete the 4th one. Perhaps they get progressively more difficult. I don't know, but the sum of the parts, it's really quite a fun little game, and I enjoyed, certainly on the Spectrum, Amstrad, and Commodore, playing it. Even though the Commodore 64 version, I found the horse riding section 2. Really quite difficult, almost impossible. I only completed it once on practice mode, and I was trying it for about half an hour, and it may well have been that my legendary crapness at using joysticks had a sort of part to play in that, but I don't think so. But really good animation on all of them. The Amstrad version, the nice and colourful, slightly small playing window on the horse riding section, I thought. But all those 3 versions I really enjoyed, and I'm sure that you know, you can pipe up with your memories of the particular version that you owned and what you thought of the other 3 versions. The poor old BBC Micro, a shame, because you know the BBC is a wonderful machine. It's got some wonderful games on it, but like all machines, it's got some that are a bit crap, and Kane is one of them. Now, of course, I'm aware of system limitations and stuff like that, but it's a shame because, you know, I reckon the BBC would have been more than capable of handling, you know, some sort of cut down, stripped down sort of horse riding sections in it. But it doesn't have them, so you know we can't complain too much, I suppose. Right, so the purpose of the video was just to show you them all alongside and generate discussion. If you like the video, please let me know. If you wish to subscribe, please do so. But if you do subscribe, as ever, please, 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 please take the time to join in with the discussion about what you thought of that game. Particularly if you've played Kane 2. And as I said, that doesn't seem to have come out on any systems other than the Commodore 64. I might check it out and just have a look and see what that's like. Okay, thanks for watching if you've got this far. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.